So I'm Elisa Mula. I'm the founder of Moms in Security. Moms in Security came about almost by accident. So I've been following the topic of human trafficking for many years. It wasn't until I came across a documentary of Tim Ballard from OUR, which is another nonprofit anti-human trafficking organization. I watched this documentary on his story, which is incredible if you haven't seen it, but he was working for Department of Homeland Security down at the border on specifically cases of human trafficking. And then he would also go to other countries and help their government fight human trafficking on their end. There was one particular operation where he was overseas and he knew in the next room there was a large number of children that he could essentially rescue, but for jurisdictional reasons, he had to leave them behind. Well, he went home, he quit his job, and he went back and got those kids, which is incredible. And after I watched that, I said, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything to fight this issue. So I called up Janet, Antoinette, and Min the very next day, and we put together a fundraiser to help him. And that turned into just an outpouring from the security community on the overall effort and the need to do something more. And then we developed Moms in Security as a 501c3, and the rest is history. Lucky to get the king of golf outings to help us today. Woo! And I'm going to say this now so he can't back out. He's agreed to continue to help us year after year, right, John?
So, all right, so some know me, some don't.
What rock were they living under?
I spent 42 years at ADT, Tyco, JCI. I left the beginning of 2019. I'm back. I'm working with salespeople, mentoring salespeople at Convergent, so I need to say that. But in my time, I ran 18 golf outings. It's not going to rain today. For the 18 outings that I ran, it never rained.
But even if it does, Mom packed you a poncho. Don't worry about it.
There are some people here that can tell you that it never rained. I like the analogy of the Pepsi and the Coke. From my perspective, the girls have me invited, so the golf outings are going to become maybe Budweiser and maybe a Guinness on the side. Maybe a shot of Jameson during the day. It's not a character flaw for me, actually. But I want to thank them all, and thank you very much for detailing what you're doing. And the charity, this is the first time that I have been involved in a charity golf outing. I've always sponsored for a corporation. I myself want to thank everybody. I'm looking forward to, from a future perspective, to getting with them and start to build this up even more. Reach out to many more people. Anything else that you'd like me to?
No, thank you to John for becoming an honorary mom.
That's right. So we appreciate everyone sort of rolling with the weather last week. So thank you for actually making it out today. And can I please, where are all my moms? Pink shirts, come up here. Come on. Can we also just get a huge round of applause for all of the moms who packed the bags, who set up lunch? So two main focuses over the last year have been, number one, setting up a prevention program that we can share freely with everybody. And then number two is doing events like this so we could raise money and put it in the hands of people who are actually physically rescuing children. And And so last year, the main beneficiary was Operation Underground Railroad, which if you haven't watched our documentaries, grab a box of tissues, but definitely do it. We do want to focus on really collaborating with everyone, not only in the industry, but more partners on the 501c3 side that are boots on the ground rescuing, and also law enforcement. So I am so unbelievably happy that we actually got one of our partners. We're going to start working with them a little bit more and collaborating on more events and hopefully get some technology in their hands. So if anyone is interested in not only donating funds, but donating your technology, that's going to be part of our effort in the upcoming year so that we can get it in the hands of people who are rescuing children. So with that, Rich from Homeland Security is going to say a couple of quick words.
Hey everyone, how you doing? My name is Rich Reinhold. I'm the Deputy Special Agent in charge for an agency called Homeland Security Investigations here in Newark, New Jersey. So if you're not, I'll give you a little background on myself. So I was a police officer for a couple years in like 1999 to 2001, coming off a midnight shift in again Newcastle County, Delaware. I'm watching the news when 9/11 happened. So at the time I had an application in with U.S. Customs Service and the FBI. My background, my college degree was in accounting. Always wanted to do federal law enforcement. So literally 2 weeks after 9/11, I get a phone call to join an agency called U.S. Customs Service, which morphed into the agency that I'm in today, Homeland Security. Focusing on children, more child exploitation. It's very, very small amount of special agents in any office can do this type of work. And the reason is, it's so difficult, right? Every agent, when they graduate the academy, wants to do narcotics, gangs, money laundering, some of the sexier things. When you're talking about child exploitation, what it takes to prosecute the worst type of people on the planet is you have to actually view the images and the videos, because you have to describe them in an affidavit to a judge, right? To a prosecutor who's got to, present that to a judge. So the agency investigators, and I'm including, our state and local partners, other agencies that do it with us, but it is grueling work. So much so that the agents, we have to have our own separate network of therapists and counselors to keep these people in the game, right? My wife is one of these agents. We have a 6-year-old, right? So my wife will actually throw out clothes we'll see in a video or see in photos of terrible things happening to kids. I'll see my wife will just be in donation bags, like donating things and throwing them away, because it triggers horrible things, visions. But say to my wife and the other agents that do this work, if you don't do it, there's not many people willing to do it. To give you just a perspective of how serious and how many leads come into this country, right? We get over 2 million leads a year, cyber tips, 2 million leads. Right? And on the other end of that, we might arrest 3,000 people nationwide for crimes related to children. So we'll arrest 3,000, 2 million leads. It's crazy, it's overwhelming. Since COVID happened, it's unbearable. And again, we don't have agents and detectives lining up to do this work. Again, thank you. It's an honor to speak to you guys. If you have any questions, I'm gonna stick around for a couple minutes. Really appreciate this beautiful cause. And I did say I'd like to meet with Elise at some point, have her to our office to figure out if some of the technology that you guys have to offer, if we can deploy it into some of our platforms to proactively go after these predators, people targeting our kids, then we'll absolutely do it. We just have a process with attorneys and everything, but I'm all in. So thank you very much.